Can you smell that countryside, friends? And can you feel the energy? The energies have been, well, they are always powerful, but sometimes more powerful, sometimes less powerful. Positions of stars, my personal astrologer was just cluing me in on some of that. But the reason I wanted to make this post was primarily to let you know that at the end of May this month, the last Tuesday to be specific, on the 28th at 7 p.m. I shall be doing a presentation which I call the core on the electromagnetic universe and your place in the universe and your centrality to everything that's here, and why the journey within is the primo journey-o. So that's at the Bridge House Hotel in Bournemouth. I will put a banner up or a flyer. I actually did put it in my community page, but I really think that I'm not getting a lot of traction there for various reasons, which I won't speculate on. But I thought I would add this video to improve the likelihood that you hear about it. If you're in the Bournemouth area at the end of May, then perhaps you can come. It's £5 at the door, organised by a chap by the name of Ian Leahy. I'm not quite sure whether, I don't think you need to book, you just need to turn up with a fiver. And he kindly will be putting the Trinities up in the hotel for the night. And yeah, so that's kind of what I get from it, other than the opportunity to meet some, this is a flat earth social, by the way, so I get to meet some other flat earthers, and also maybe get to the opportunity to develop relationships with people who are looking to do more of that inner work, either in group sessions, with my Patreon hangouts that I do once a month, or one-on-one coaching sessions, a series of sessions either with me, or if they want the deeper childhood trauma type maturation work, then of course my personal astrologer is better at these kinds of things than me. So I would say that's it. Yeah, just a shorty. And I hope obviously that you are, I mean, there's crazy stories in the world, rumors of wars, blah blah blah. Is it going to all go Pete Tong? Are we run out of time? No, I don't believe that. Is more insane. Oh, actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, despite what Londoners have been put through for the last X number of years, and the increase in the sort of penalizing because of the climate warming, cooling, changing agenda, they are charging people like me who drive a diesel vehicle £12.50 every time I drive into London, so per day. So and that area has extended to most of London now. There's very little of the whole of London. I mean, it's a massive area, and they have got thousands of these roadside cameras, which of course the taxpayer is paying for. Some people have tried valiantly to knock a few down, but it's a swarm, and they just keep coming. So, and the taxpayer will pick up the bill. It's not like you'll ever run out of money if the taxpayer is funding it. So anyway, the mayor, who's been the bulwark of this great development, led it from the start. Well, obviously there was the inner London charge prior to him being selected. He has just won the mayoral election, unless I've misread the headline, but I've got a feeling that I saw something that said he'd won the mayoral election. So and there were so many people, and in the say truthers speaking, or those that are anti the ULEZ, or blah blah blah, immigration, various other things, this guy who sort of represents this new face of Britain, he's a brown skinned guy, Sadiq Khan. So the name speaks of all sorts of images come into mind, and of course the current premier or president is what's his name, Richie Sunak. Also, not your home county's Englishman. These people are getting reselected to continue doing the things that they're going to do, and I just look at that in amazement or a complete lack of. I'm not surprised. I've seen that comment you've probably seen it as well. People say in the comments section, my pronouns are "I told you so," and I think that's pretty apt. So yeah, what else is in the news? I think Russia still exists as at today. It is, the black team on the chessboard, the white team are doing their bit, and the pawns on the ground are paying the price. Same in the Middle East, Palestine, Iran rather this time. You remember that PNAC, Project for a New American Century document we all learned about when going through the 9/11 files. That's Iran was one of those countries, and some people say it's one of the few, don't know if that's still true, that don't have a Rothschild-backed central bank. But then again, is Iran playing along? Is it, its leadership just simply playing along as the bad boy on the block, or the reason to for the foil against which Israel and the US and other allies, aliens, can weave their magic? Because I think Iran has a space program. If not a space program, they're certainly complicit in the continuation of their satellites whoozing around at 20,000 miles in altitude, or 10,000 miles in altitude, at unbelievable speeds, keeping up with the Earth or spinning around it. They're continuing that, and the people who we're sitting for at the moment, they've taken like a device with them, because they're camper vanning it. They've taken a device with them that allows them to access Elon Musk's space. What were they called? Starlink, I think. Now, Starlink, in my view, is what Google Loon was. And they shut down the Google Loon program, but it's you see, this is the clever thing that they do, is that they go, okay, we're going to spend, I think, in the order of billions, maybe hundreds of millions, but I think it was billions of dollars on Google Loon project. Now, Google is, of course, a CIA front. We're going to spend money on this and then claim it didn't really work, and we've just shut it all down, when in fact all of the gain of function, to use a medical term, Wuhan, all the gains are then kind of shifted off to Elon Skunk, at which time they then say, oh, well, we've actually been developing Starlink, which will give us, the ability to put, microwave, or at least, give you a sort of local service, even if you're out in the jungles of Africa, or in the middle of a European field where there's no cell tower. And of course, I think I saw such an array flying over a forest in Cape Town a few years ago, and so for me, whatever that was local, hundreds of meters, maybe a mile high, but not that high. I would accept that it could have been 10 miles high, but it made no sense to me to have such bright lights. Other than you're doing a show for people, there'd be no good reason to fly lights around in the sky. There's, you're using unnecessary amounts of battery power that would be otherwise used for transmission, and you need quite a lot of power for transmission. You've seen these microwave towers, they've got the 4G, 5G towers they've got on the street. They always have a big box providing them with juice. And so just to generate that from a few solar panels, blah, 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 I don't buy it. But I do think that they're using Google Loon balloons for providing, the next iteration of Elon Musk is Iron Man, and he's going to save humanity. One lie at a time. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Have a nice day. And yeah, look out for that thing at the end of May.